It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of Big Blue Kingdom. Of course, you got your favorite two hosts of the most, Mark and Will. What's up, my brother?
What is going down? You know what?
We got a special guest with us today, people. We got Mr. Michael with us, our brother. What's going on, man?
What's up, Mike?
I'm back. What's up, boys?
Thanks
again, man, for having me on again, man. I appreciate it.
Always, brother. Always. Hey,
all right.
Big one today.
I'm up right into it.
All smiles over here in Indiana, guys. Oh man, we look good today. It was a good game. Hard fought game.
UK 82, Auburn 80.
80.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, point blank. It was almost like a big, actually, the breakdown. It reminded you of the whole season for them, pretty much. You see what I'm saying? Like, was trailing, was up, hanging on, almost coughed it up, all that kind of stuff. Yep. But hey, big win. And big win for confidence. Confidence anyway.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I'd say starting out though, we were a little sluggish starting out. I think we couldn't find ourselves offensively, but defense stayed in there the whole game. And second half we kind of took over offensively. And we were up 14 at one point, but being young, you get down to the stretch. Auburn's fought back. Cooper's an amazing player, by the way. Sharif Cooper.
Oh yeah. He's nice. But I'm gonna tell you what, Kentucky. For the past, the two games ahead, that y'all pretty much contained him. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets it, because he likes to dissect. You know what I'm saying? So he'll look and he'll probe and all this stuff, and then he'll hesitate and then go to the hole. But every time he went to the hole, when you got somebody who's 6'7", 6'9", 6'10", long arms, you can't get them shots over, and that's what we saw. And they knew that, and they cut it off, and that's the head of the snake. If you cut the head off the snake, and it's a wrap, it's still gonna move a little bit. But it's still off. And that was what it was, bro. Because, hey, as a Kentucky fan, a big one like you are, when it got, you got the big lead, and all of a sudden they started hitting some threes, some turnovers, they started pressing. Mm-hmm. What was your thought process of that, Mike?
Man, I don't know, man. I mean, I think we just played a solid game all the way through, man. I mean, I don't know. Sharif Cooper, you got to keep your eye on that dude. And then this JT Thor guy, man.
Another freshman.
Who's this cat? I mean, and I remember him in the recruiting process. I remember seeing him going to Auburn. This kid played that phenomenal today, man. He really he came out, man. He had 21, I believe.
Yeah, he balled.
9.9 rebounds. I mean, he played great today, man. So, I mean.
Did you get kind of bro? Did you get kind of nervous?
Yeah, at the end of the game, absolutely. But that big three from Mintz. Yeah, we would have won that game if you wouldn't hit that shot. I don't believe, but I don't know. That was a big boy 3-pointer from a senior, man. So
big boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you this.
What's up?
Why is it? What do you feel like, and why is it that Kentucky always let people back in the game? I mean, we say defense, but why? I mean, what is up with that?
This season, I think it's just inexperience. And I know what you're talking about. Seasons past seemed that way as well, but I just think it's experience this year. But I think today's game, we kind of turned the corner on that. I think we have enough confidence at the end of the game, if we keep it close, to get over the edge, hit free throws, hit the big 3-pointer when needed, able to get to the line. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, other than that, I think we're growing as a team. Right now, I think we definitely crossed the barrier today. So.
Nah, there was. So now you're looking at, maybe 6-13. It's going to be so hard. I mean, it's so they say let's run the table and all this kind of shit, and you got to think basically and I'm not even talking about. Really, I'm not even talking about the regular season is a wash. That's a wash.
Yeah, yeah,
Now it's basically playing for seeding in the SEC tournament. So
yeah.
I think
Right.
that, like, is this team built? And I ain't gonna say is this team. Yeah, I'm gonna say built. Is this team built to win 4 games in the SEC tournament?
Mm, What I saw today, maybe, but I think realistically, we got 5 games left. I believe we got Tennessee on the schedule. We've got to win out to build the confidence to go into that tournament. Yeah, we need to get a higher seed. You definitely don't want to be, the lowest seed. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think. I mean, I honestly, man, if we're playing real good, if we win the next 5 games, I don't think any team. I think a lot of teams would be scared to play us.
Well, no,
But
no,
now,
no. The thing about it is not. You're right because that talent is still there.
yeah,
Now you got to get confidence. If you can build on point, like today's game, truly, 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 was about confidence. It
yeah,
wasn't
Yeah.
about, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't about, hey, we playing. Auburn was 11-10. They didn't look good either. But it's
yeah.
about
They've had a tough year
winning.
too.
It's
Yeah,
about winning and having that confidence, like you said, and then building upon that confidence.
yeah.
That's huge, especially for a young team. And I mean, granted, I can't, as far as with SAR, y'all know how I feel about SAR. I mean,
Right, right.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. That
The
project is
offensive
over.
juggernaut. That's my nickname for it.
That project is over, pretty much to me. I think really they need to start my guy Isaiah Jackson.
My man, my
You
man.
know, hey, when he's in there and he's
MVP.
out of foul trouble, he's gonna get you a double double, and everybody knows that he's gonna throw your shit. So
He
it's
was the
like
MVP
you
today, man.
hesitate,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's smooth. Cause Sar, really, Sar wants to be a two,
Yeah,
7 foot
yeah,
two.
yeah. Right. I mean, Isaiah Jackson today, watching him, he set the tone for the game today. He made everybody on that team better today, just with his play, his defense. I mean, hell, the couple of dunks he had were just awesome. I mean, he played well defensively, offensively. I mean, shit, he had a double double. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and he shared the points with Boston, 19 points as well. So I mean, he made everybody better today. I mean,
Speaking of that, Mark, give a breakdown of the scoring, man.
Gotcha. Box score. All right. Like he said, you had Boston Jr. on the bench, who had 9. No, he wasn't on the bench. I'm tripping. My stuff messing up. My fault.
you're good, man.
he had 9. Mint said 9. Boston Jr. had 17.
Big time.
Star had 9 and 3, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Jackson had 18 and 11. What's his name? Ackwell?
What you on?
Askew. You talking about Askew?
Askew.
Askew, yeah, him.
Yeah, Devin Askew.
He
He actually played
had
good today.
9.
He played solid.
Yeah. You had Brooks Jr. on the bench with 12. Then you had Topping with 5.
Yeah.
Allen had 3 points.
You know what? Of going down there, Boston was huge. Like if Boston, you can't expect him to hit 5 out of 8 3-pointers. But if he can get close to 40 or high 30s, because the past 2 games he's been lights out shooter, and really the past 2 games Kentucky has hit over 27 3-pointers. They was 11 for 24 today, and about it that is huge. But one of the difference in this game too is that because of the nature of Auburn defense, they foul a lot, and and you can't do that. Kentucky was 17 for 25. That's the game because Auburn was 9 for 10. So that was the game. But
hard to beat a team with shooting like that.
Yeah, when you have confidence as far as Boston Jr. has showed, man, hey, that goes away because this is you can actually have an individual one-on-one meeting with all these guys because if you talk to them one-on-one, and I'm sure Cal does, and assistant coach, everybody wants to play in the league. So basically, all you got to do is show clips of that and say, shit, but first of all, you can't, what are you doing out here? So now I have to prove individually. I also have to make this a team because once you start moving the ball, because one of the big things of also them being competitive as last game and also winning this game, they have had a total of 33 assists. They had like 18
Mm.
assists the last game and 15. So you're sharing the ball. Once you share the ball, everybody's going to eat.
Oh
Everybody
yeah,
eat. And we can
yeah.
all get to
You
like
look at
we
those
can
stats.
see other players average
Yeah,
8 points and shit from Kentucky and still go to the league. So that's possible. That don't even worry about that. But
right.
you have to have confidence and trust your teammates. And sharing that ball is a big, big plus for them. And that's what they're gonna have to do. Remaining, because like you said, Askew, granted he only had 9, but he had 4 assists. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Right.
and 5 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to score 20 points. You ain't got to score 15. You got to make sure your turnovers is not ridiculous. It's got to be a 2-1
Right.
turnover, which was actually 2-1 today. It was 4-2. You got to have
Yeah.
Mintz. Now, one thing I always praise Mintz and saying what would Kentucky look like without Mintz, Davion Mintz. Uh,
Yeah.
only thing I worry about him is that sometimes he tries to take it all on the shoulder. Now, big shot, and that 3 was huge, and that's because
That
he made
was.
Yeah.
a mistake, and he wanted to get that back. So what's it going to look? Say in this SEC tournament, and he's going to want that big shot.
Yeah, for sure.
It's,
And
you remember the last game, Boston was on fire.
mm-hmm.
Actually, it was the game before that was Tennessee. It was another game that was close, and Boston had a good shooting night, and he's like, "Nah, I got it," and he threw up a clank, and I'm like, "Look, you have to realize, bro, this is the team. Pass that
Yeah.
ball. Boston has been on fire, and I do
Yep.
mean fire.
You got to keep
That's
feeding
why
him,
he was
man.
a
You got to
top
do that.
5, top 10 recruit.
Yeah.
He's showing it, and he's getting confidence.
Yeah, he's growing, man. And then I think another thing, like we go back to like this season and what's to be expected for the rest of the season. I think the Cats right now, you're going to see a lot of this team come back. So I think right now they need to keep developing the chemistry, get these wins, try to grind out the next 5 wins if they can do it. Go in the SEC tournament, make some noise, and see what happens, man. For there, because this will carry over to next season.
But
So
hey, this is wishful thinking by you. You know why I say that? When you
why is
have the
that?
D League offering people 500,000 to come, that's a whole
Good point,
different.
man.
Yeah. Oh,
Good point.
I bet.
Boston needs to hit the waiver and go get
Well, yeah, but look, I'm gonna say this though. Terrence Clark is the main one kicking himself in the ass
Yeah.
at 500, and if he had 500, how much was they offering for Boston? Because Boston was a high recruit. So my thing is this: if you can go in there and they working these deals and have a hope, like, because you gotta think when you go there, it's strictly professional. Meaning I'm
Yeah.
working on my body, I'm eating, I ain't got to worry about no school, which really,
Grown men paying bills, man.
yeah. Thank you. But now you had this COVID, so people really, virtual classes and shit. So they fortunate. When you have to go the real deal, that's different. So you have to come all the way back, go through all this kind of shit. But when you're gonna have them and shoe deals in your face saying, "Hey, bro, take this," because you best believe it's Terrence Clark was my son, and we were like fell for that okie doke. Bro, somebody got to pay me more. Somebody got to give me some of them ends, baby. Somebody gonna give me 500,000 that my son
Right.
lost.
That's a lot of money, man.
A lot of money. For them, and look, check this out. For them to even have that on the books where they say that they offer this dude that much, Chad, come on, man.
Yeah. That's the reality of the college basketball, man. Even in the league
Yeah.
and the G.
So let me ask you
So,
this: if you had a son top 5, top 10 recruit or top 20, and they came to you and say, "Look, man, you can go here and play for, we'll say Kentucky, Duke, whatever. Now, anybody he wants to play for," and you look at their roster and you saying, "Well, I know they stacked all the time and all this kind of shit." I give you 450,000 for your son to come and play, make that money. And the thing about it is this: you make that money, but you also go back into the draft because you ain't drafted.
yeah.
Right.
That's a different.
Yeah,
That's
that's a huge game
different.
changer, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game changer. And that's what
Mhm.
they're doing because they make it a farm league like they do overseas.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And that's
Yep. That's
part
true.
of,
Yeah.
I salute the guy, you know what I'm saying, for turning it down and all of a sudden he ain't played it except by 5 games. And I think that you're gonna have some transfer or this hardship leaving to go. This because
Yeah.
he's got 5 or 6 other guys coming.
Yeah. You got to make room for them guys, and he always evaluates that. Just, I mean, he had a platoon. Like, you remember the
Yeah,
platoon year?
yeah.
That year was loaded, but
Yeah.
they, he found a way to make it work. But
He-
I feel like Boston should come back one more year. I wouldn't blame him for taking money or moving on, but
yeah.
I feel like one more year of college to get him be a lottery pick the next year. And Sarr's going to leave. He's a senior. I don't see him coming.
Hey, but hold on. They all get a year.
I know, but he ain't going.
You don't want some.
I don't. He's not horrible. He's not a
But
horrible player.
he ain't for the style of Kentucky trying to play.
Yeah, he's just.
But let me ask you
never-
this: Mintz ain't gonna get drafted. Now he may go overseas. He may not make no money. He can come back. Would you take him back?
Oh yeah, for sure. His leadership, what he's doing out there now. Oh yeah, I can take him in a heartbeat, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would be mad if Sarr came back. I just feel like there's probably I kept up with recruiting, but I don't know who's coming in. But I know we got some big boys coming in. So
yeah, Kentucky has like I think at least two big boys that's come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All guys. I'm like,
sorry, go.
he
probably done college. He's ready to get a job, man.
He tried to go back to Wake Forest.
Go back
because you gotta think since he's getting another year, he's already graduated. He can actually go play somewhere else. Yeah, and watch.
He might wear the red and black now. So don't go there now.
Bro. We see that at Wake Forest, baby. Well, hey, why you think we didn't stick our toe in that water when he came out? It was like,
right. Yeah.
We already got big guys who like to shoot too much.
Right. Will, and you brought a point up I want to talk about. Maybe this is just me coming up with this or whatever, but I do read a lot of sports stuff, ESPN. I kind of see what happened with this team now, and a lot of times you bank on these recruits coming, these top 5, top 10, whatever, top 20, whatever, high school recruits. I think we missed out on the big recruit. I heard Cade Cunningham. We missed out on him. And I can kind of see him plugging him into this team because this team is a lot of role players other than Boston. Boston was a star. He is a star, and he's getting better. But I could see Cunningham and Boston playing together. This team would be good. Of course, we'd had chemistry issues early, but fortunately, that's just the nature of the beast, man. Cal's not getting all these top 5 recruits like he used to, and it is what it is.
No, you're absolutely right because that's the thing about it, man. Is like who wants to be there, and like even then when Kentucky had the monster classes and the platoon and everything. Now, money's always shooting shit. That's college basketball. We know that. But now for the D-League is able to say we offer Mark Watkins $500,000. I mean, they can say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit. It's legit money. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this. That's a game changer. So basically, y'all know how we do it. Who's the player of the game?
You want to start with me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah Jackson, hands down, 100% made his whole team better today.
I can see that, bro.
Yeah.
Mark?
I agree with him. Jackson played solid today. I agree with that most definitely.
I mean, hey, that's my dude. I got the ride, but I'm gonna go with Boston just because being the highest recruit in this recruiting class, and to show that hey, I can. We need some shooters, we need some scoring, we need all this, and he so far has put together 2 monster games back to back. It ain't like monster to me is not averaging 30, 40. That's good, but for him, who was getting like 8 points, 7 points, whatever, 2 back-to-back shooting games where he done hit at least 9 to 10 3-pointers in 2 games type stuff like that, and he's been like hot with it. It ain't like 5 for 15 or nothing. Dude is like shooting great, and for him to do that, man, hey, solid.
Yep, 19 points today, man. Good game for him.
Hey,
very confident in him shot.
Wait a minute. The last game they played, didn't they lose 82 to 80 or something like that? 81 to 80? So now they won 82 to 80. But one thing they need to work on, and I'm glad you get on here for real, that defense, bro. That defense, you can't give up these points like it's that.
No, that is a lot of points.
Right.
It's a lot of points. Yeah. And they got, understand, like, they don't have that ball hawk like they used to. And when you have the Hagans and Fox and people that disrupt your game, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even we already know Rondo and all this, but I'm saying they are used to having a guard who can play that defense. and, and
Yeah.
and quick enough to keep up with your guy, and they don't have that. That hurts. And
Yeah.
you know, and you got to think about it. When you look at Auburn, they had one guy. They had one. I mean, that Cooper, who's a beast.
Yeah.
Everybody else is really a small forward, two guard for Auburn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they ain't about penetrating and do it. He was, and they corralled him, which was great. So
Yeah, they did their homework.
yeah, they did a
And
home.
they played well. Obviously, when you play him twice, you
Yeah,
got to
and
work.
they knew what to do, and they did it because they stopped his ass the first time. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, ask y'all, who's the defensive player of the game? What's up, Mike? Who you got defensive player of the game?
I'm gonna go with Jackson. I feel like that was what set the tone.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to be a broken record, but
Nah,
yeah,
hey, sometimes you sweep everything.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got
Well,
to.
let me
I'm gonna
guess.
go. I'm gonna go with Jackson too with that. With them 2 blocks and 11 rebounds, that speaks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even come up with another one, for real. Because I mean, that's my dude. I mean, that's why I like him.
Yeah.
He's active and he can block shots. He can change the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Inside, you gotta account for him wherever he's at. You have to account, and then they'll put back dunks and shit. It just remind you of the old. And I can't say old, but it remind you of successful Kentucky teams when you got somebody who can play above the rim, and he's
Right.
there.
Right.
Sub
You
of
know
the
who you
game.
remind
Go
you know
ahead.
who you remind me of today?
Who?
They laugh at me. He remind me of Montrezl Harrell today, the way he played.
Oh yeah.
College Montrezl. Oh
You,
yeah.
you know what? You know what the thing about it is. This is my rule, man. You always have to have a monster on your team. You know, some people say you gotta have like somebody who's that lynchman. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't gonna take
Yeah.
no shit, will block your shit and talk shit to you, and he does that. He
Oh yeah.
he only weighs 100 pounds, but hey, he plays like he weighs 250, and you're not.
Right.
You ain't and they're punching on you, and so no, you're right. You got to
Yeah.
have it. So this thing, what he's gonna look like 3 years from now, 2 to 3 years from now, when his body fills out, the dude's
Yeah.
probably gonna play at a clip of 230. You see what I'm saying? Put more muscle, put more weight on him. He's gonna be a problem, and
Oh yeah.
he'll be in the league for about 13 years, man, because
Oh
you
yeah.
can't
Yeah. He'll
teach
help
what
the
he
team
got,
out for
dude.
sure, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll help us out for
pick
sure.
and roll the way they have it, so that's where it goes. So hey, sub of the game real quick.
Well, for me, I feel like this game was a turning point for us. Confidence, yeah, you're right. Defense, we do need to work on some things, but offensively, where we've
Hold
been
on,
lacking.
man. You jumping gun. I said sub of the game.
Oh, sub. I just said sum up.
I'm gonna let you do your rant a little bit. Hold
Okay,
on.
my fault. Sub of the game. Let's go with Keon Brooks.
Yep.
He didn't start, so
Yeah, no,
he played good today.
he's not playing, and I think that's unanimous. I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah.
But you know what? The good thing is that he has played a solid probably 4 out of 5 games. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they lean on him. I think he's probably the leader of the team.
Yeah.
Granted he's a sophomore, but even though when he was out, you can see him, getting in players' ears, talking to them. So I think that and then see him that he plays hard too. You know, what I'm saying? He's the type of player. He doesn't do one thing great, but he does everything well or good enough, and he's solid. He's been averaging. That's a great 6 man. This thing how the team will look if he didn't get hurt. But you can say that with a lot of other teams. But still, have him off that bench, coming off her and playing strong is cool. But I would, Sorry, have to come off the bench for me. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, for real. Sorry, got to come off the bench. Put Keon in there with Jackson, and I think that could be a way better team.
You got a point.
Because in the back of Sar's mind, he's thinking about playing professional. He might be over France somewhere. But I'm saying, hey, he ain't.
He's 7 foot, man. He'll get drafted, but will he play? I don't know. I mean,
drafted in what draft? What draft?
Well, hey man, there's 2nd round. They signed free agents, he'll get drafted. So don't hate on that.
Before we end the show, Mike, I'll let you go. Tell me what you biggest thoughts and everything.
Well, for me as a fan watching the game, pretty exciting. Nice change in scenery to see us win and pull out a good victory. I feel like it's a turning point for us. We grew from this game, and I like to see what happens the next 5 games. Definitely the Tennessee game, preferably to see. And then we'll see what we do. We went out and get in the SEC tournament, make some noise. Good confidence builder for next year. So,
Well, let me tell you this: that was a great take. Ended on a good note. I know he's smiling. He's ready to go party with everybody. And so for Mark and Will, this right here, way to go, Kentucky. Way to get that. Way to get that. Hey, it's been another banger. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mike.
Appreciate you, Mike.
thanks for having me. Mark and Will Show. Big Blue Kingdom.
That's right. Y'all know how we do.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they